Hey all you fishy friends, James here with Fish Room Fever, and today I have got another unboxing for you. It is going to be from Exotic Aquatics in Boulder, Colorado. We've got some zebra plecos for you, but it's not just an unboxing. We are going to learn a little bit about them during the unboxing. So I really hope you all enjoy this. These guys are amazing little plecos. So let's go check it out.
Right, so I've got a real treat here today. I've already taken the shipping label off with my address, so we will go ahead and pop this bad boy open and take a look. I do want to tell you a little bit about the zebra pleco. I'll go into full details on keeping them in an aquarium in the next zebra pleco video that you see, but a little bit about these guys if you're not familiar with them. They can be an expensive fish. Well, they are an expensive fish. They are endemic to Brazil. They come from the Xingu River. They do enjoy a heavily aerated, fast-moving water at a little bit warmer temperature than what a lot of plecos take. You see anywhere from 79 to 86 really for recommendations. These are going to be kept at about 82 for now, and we will probably up the temp as they get closer to maturity for breeding purposes. But there's actually been a ban on export from Brazil on these guys due to issues with them potentially losing their habitat, and I won't go fully into depth on that. But that's why you see the price go up. So not only are these a really cool fish, but it's also really nice to have them and to be able to try and help breed them and get more of them in the hobby and keep these guys alive in the home aquarium. As you can see on the packaging, she did a wonderful job. Priscilla MK packed these up, taped the styrofoam liner on top, and then had some pieces of styrofoam padding everything. So I'm going to set those aside and I'll use those for shipping at another time. Now, if you don't have a temp gun, I highly recommend you get one. You can find them on Amazon or at your local hardware stores usually. But these guys came in at about right at 80.5, so great temperature to receive them at. It was about 91, 92 for the high that day here in Tennessee, and they got shipped from Colorado. So a little bit of temperature fluctuation, but they did great and they showed up at a perfect temperature. I like the way that she had these fish bags with a little bit of water to give them some weight, and then filled up with air just to give some extra padding around the fish. And these are of course double bagged, so you won't be able to see really well what's going on, but I want you to be able to see that they are alive and kicking. As you can see, there is some methylene blue in the bag. When she got them in, she rebagged them, added some RO water, and shipped them straight back out to me the same day. So a little bit more about these awesome fish. They don't get very big. They max out at 4 inches absolute top. You're probably not going to see them near 4 inches very often, usually about 3.5 in the home aquarium. And when you're purchasing them, you're typically going to find them from 1 to 2 inches as the purchase size. You can find them larger, but they're a lot more expensive the bigger that you get them. They do enjoy having some friends around, so I really suggest that you get at least 2, that way they're not lonely. I would recommend 3 or 4, which again, with the price of the fish, that keeps these fish out of a lot of aquarists' hands. And that really is a shame, because these are such beautiful little fish. But that's one of my hopes, is that if we can continue to get more and more people keeping this fish and hopefully breeding this fish, that we can continue to get more and more into the hobby so that more people can enjoy these little guys. Now, they're not going to be out and about a whole lot. Plecos in general are typically nocturnal and a bit skittish. These guys are absolutely no exception to that. Even at night, I still find it hard to catch them out. They've been doing a lot of hiding under a sponge filter, which you'll see later on in this video. But they still are really beautiful fish, and they're really nice to enjoy. Basically, my recommendation would be to set up your aquarium for them in a way that they can be hidden and feel safe and comfortable, but you would still be able to take a look at them. And we'll get to that in another video when I set that tank up for you all. So I'm really excited to announce, and I'm sure you all have figured it out by now, that everybody did come in alive and well. I wanted to share this unboxing and unbagging with you, that way you could see them coming in. Very little fish poo in the bags, and everybody's just moving around nice and happy. Again, thank you to Priscilla MK for shipping these out. Thank you to Exotic Aquatics in Boulder, Colorado. I really appreciate it. And of course, a huge thank you to Mr. Zen and the Zen Ginger, who actually purchased these. Now 5 of these will be getting shipped back out to the Zen Ginger, so that she has a colony and I can add my 5 to my pre-existing zebra plecos. So hopefully we will have some babies in the near future, but I'm going to get these guys into a bucket and we'll let you take a closer look at them. And again, a huge shout out to Exotic Aquatics in Boulder, Colorado. Blake, thank you very, very much for ordering these in and allowing Priscilla to ship these out to me. So let's take a look at them in the bucket. As you can see, absolutely beautiful, full of life, wiggling around. There's nothing like a bucket full of zebra plecos or a nice little group of zebra plecos. They're just absolutely gorgeous. This is how I drip acclimated them. Now I've got the drip turned up a little bit so that you can see it on the video a little better. But I just used an airline with an adjustment valve, and then I run a Zis Never Clog in the bucket for plenty of oxygenation during the process. Once we got them acclimated over several hours, because they were in RO water, I got them into this little container here so I could get you a nice little shot. And look at how cute these guys are. They're just absolutely adorable. They're just the cutest little fish. We'll get you a shot here in just a second of them in the tank, but I really wanted you to get some good shots of them before they started trying to hide in all of the decor. Look at that top view. Absolutely beautiful fish. I'm just so excited to have them. They're just cute little guys. So that's right after I released them into the tank. They stayed kind of clustered together. As you can see, there was one in that watering spike / cave. There are a couple in the back corner, but you couldn't really get a good look at them. But there's the majority of them just hanging out, kind of feeling around, trying to see what they're going to do. They really, really, really do like to stay together as much as possible. And I'll get you another shot here in a second, and you'll see that they love having buddies around. So again, try and make sure that you've got some friends for them if you do decide to keep zebra plecos. So there is a sponge filter, and they are just all chilling up in there. They did not want to come out, but just look at how pretty these guys are. And this is about a week after getting them shipped in. I was hoping they would come off of the sponge filter, but even pulling it out of the water a little bit, they really didn't want to come off of there. But look at the colors on these guys. The patterns are gorgeous. You actually get some almost pinkish hues to them around the belly area. There's a lot more to them than just the plain white and black. There's some nice iridescence going on. But look at that little cutie there. Oh, he ran around the backside. Aren't they just adorable? Now, I took out the cave structure that you saw a minute ago and moved it into another tank. That's going to be the final destination for them. And I moved the sponge filter to the front. That way I would be able to keep a better eye on them over the past week. I could make sure they're eating. I could make sure there weren't any health issues. This is basically a quarantine setup for them. As you can see, there are some cherry shrimp and some baby guppies in that tank. I moved the adult guppies out so they wouldn't bully the zebra plecos. But the cherry shrimp and the baby guppies were in there to help ensure that there was no extra food that would sit and rot, just in case the zebras decided they didn't want to eat the first day or two. They've got a little bit of speed to them, as you saw right there. But I mean, how could you resist having a group of these guys in your aquarium?
What an awesome little fish the zebra pleco is. I tell you what, I hope you all really enjoyed that. I, of course, had a blast. A huge thank you again to the Zen Ginger, Mr. Zen, Priscilla MK, and of course Blake at Exotic Aquatics. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. That way you get updates on these awesome little guys. But until next time, keep your fish healthy, keep yourselves healthy, and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Take care, everybody.